Hey everyone, it's Susan here and you're watching Dank Network, and in partnership with Leafbuyer.com, we're here to bring you the latest in cannabis news. So today's topic hits close to home for a lot of folks, including myself, because I am a pet owner. We're talking about our four-legged friends and marijuana. Can the two coexist with legal marijuana on the rise and medical marijuana available in 29 states? A big question is, will weed harm my pet? Most people instinctively know that cannabis isn't good for cats or dogs or any furry friend at that, and they take measures to ensure that their pets aren't exposed to marijuana. But sometimes accidents do happen, and it's good to know what you can do when that does. So first and foremost, the most common exposure pets get to marijuana is secondhand smoke. Dogs especially are likely to hang around while you smoke, so they're the most likely to experience negative side effects from secondhand smoke. The worst thing that can happen if a pet is intoxicated from smoke is that they'll become intoxicated. While the cumulative effects of secondhand smoke are bad for any oxygen-breathing creature's lungs, it's nearly impossible for a pet to become high from it unless you're hotboxing a very small space with a huge amount of smoke. Now here's where things get a little scary though. If a pet eats weed rather than being exposed to smoke, they may be showing frightening signs of intoxication and can die of marijuana poisoning if left alone or untreated. This applies to all pets, but dogs especially are the most frequently affected due to their general enthusiasm for tearing things up like packages and eating anything that's not nailed down. In fact, 95% of reported marijuana poisonings in pets are in dogs. In extreme cases, some animals can experience seizures or see their lethargy drop suddenly into a coma state. Dogs actually have more cannabinoid receptors in their brains than humans do, and that can lead to them experiencing more acute symptoms of intoxication. Cats tend to try to hide pain and other unpleasant symptoms, so it can be a little more difficult to detect intoxication in them. If your furry friend does show signs of marijuana intoxication, the safest course of action is to go straight to the vet and have them checked out. But if that's out of the budget, well, here's what you can do at home. Number one, determine the source. Figure out what exactly your pet ate. Dried flower is the least dangerous in the situation. Since the THC is not yet activated, edibles can be particularly dangerous. Since they're delicious and your pet is likely to eat as much as they can get their furry little paws on, concentrates are extremely dangerous, and canna butter can carry the risk of pancreatitis since it's so high in fat. Number two, check for symptoms. A mild intoxication will have your pet wandering around on wobbly legs with a pitiful look in their dilated pupils. They may drool and not want to move much thanks to the weed-induced lethargy. However, a more severe poisoning can result in a loss of motor control and bladder function. And the same mechanism that dilates their eyes can actually cause them to lose body heat. If your pet is extremely uncoordinated and maybe shivering, take them to the vet right away. If your pet only seems to be experiencing mild discomfort and lethargy, they're probably okay. It takes about 3 grams of THC per kilogram of weight for a dog to die of THC overdose. And you will definitely see extreme symptoms like vomiting and uncontrollable diarrhea if a pet is anywhere near approaching that threshold. Number 3, soak up or spit up. That's pretty self-explanatory. You can try to either soak up the rest of the THC in the stomach before it's absorbed, or you can induce vomiting. Most importantly though, if your pet ever consumes marijuana, don't be afraid to take them to the vet. Regardless of the legality of marijuana in your state, vets are first and foremost invested in the health of your animal and won't grill you as to how things happen. Well, folks, that is just some of the news you can use. I'm Susan with Dank Network, sponsored by Dank's Wonder Emporium, a premium cannabis retailer in Olympia, Washington. With over 300 different strains, Dank's Wonder Emporium prides itself on having the largest selection and always the best prices on everything the cannabis industry has to offer. Open 8 a.m. until midnight, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and Leafbuyer.com, the #1 online resource for cannabis deals and specials. Leafbuyer.com aims to provide valuable information for the savvy cannabis consumer. And as always, if you like this video or you like what I do on this channel, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I'm Susan with Dank Network. Be sure to live higher.